Kudos, 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 kudos to the National Sleep Foundation, because we are actually having a conference that is completely about sleep and how it affects us, because sleep, as you all well know, affects us in every which way, but we need to keep talking about it, keep discovering and keep learning about it. And for me, this started about 9 years ago, because my mother, in her 70s, decided that falling out of bed was something she needed to do. So she had fallen out of bed in her sleep, obviously. She broke her arm, she broke a rib, and then she broke her back. And that was hard. She was 70 years old. Bones don't do very well at 70 years old. So watching her recuperate with that was difficult and painful for me to watch. And it never entered my mind that I could actually impact her health, that I could actually have some positive benefit to her and her life. I'm a dentist, been a dentist for a long time, and I went to a continuing education class that happened to be about the way teeth go together, and that they kind of threw in as a little side thing, sleep apnea. Well, I knew nothing about sleep apnea, but I learned. And what I learned is when your body will survive, and when you are not breathing, your body will go into survival mode, sympathetic response, and learn and do things to help you to breathe. And what I discovered in this class is that my mother was not breathing well, and in her natural unconscious response in survival caused such a reaction, an overreaction of waking up, that it actually ended up causing such a reaction she fell out of bed. So when we tested her, which I learned how to do, I didn't do it, but I learned how to send her to a sleep lab. We found out that she was not breathing very well at night. And we also found out that maybe she doesn't do too well with... The traditional treatment is what's called CPAP, and that stands for Continuous Positive Air Pressure, CPAP. And what that does is when you're not breathing well, it pushes air in your nose and into your lungs so you can breathe. It holds that airway open, because at night what happens is that airway collapses. But it's a mask, and for her that mask was, she just panicked. She felt claustrophobic, and she felt it wasn't going to work. She got hysterical. That was not a plan we could do. And because fortunately, I'd actually been in a continuing education class, I learned that there were other options, and in fact, there's a dental appliance that holds the airway open differently. Instead of blowing air into the lungs, you basically, in the old days,